be back for tornado warnings, and that indeed we do have more tornado warnings. Or tornado warnings we have, I should say. Um, are still looking at I believe there's a new tornado warning.
Yeah, but it is headed our way, and it is a very large thunderstorm that has an unbelievable amount of energy to ingest because there have been no storms. All right, I'm loading Max 1 up now, and we're going to see what happens. I'm going to go through the wall. We're going to see if we get this interactivity to work.
All right. So without further ado, let's get the warnings rocking and rolling. Let's get this coverage rocking and rolling with. I am fully energized again. I was falling apart at the beginning, but since then I became fully energized again. So let's talk about some of these warnings that we have right now. And warnings we have. So we have a bunch of storms that are coming out of Missouri that have couplets with them. They have little couplets, you know. I'm sure you've heard probably about. I think that I have little couplets. We have multiple warnings out in Tennessee right now. I'm going to show you where everything is right now. All right. So, again, the reason we are coming on is because we have two tornado warnings right now. One in Livingston County and one in near Columbia. Right in Spring Hill right now. And this is a confirmed tornado in Spring Hill. I know I have a friend in Spring Hill. If you're watching me right now, you need to be in your safe spot. You can see a very, very tight couplet right there. Red and green is going towards each other. This might stay south of you if you're in Spring Hill, but in duplex, I'd be in my safe spot. And if I was going along 431, I would also be in my safe spot. This is headed towards Paytonsville, Holt's Corner, and then Alasona here as well. And the entirety for that is until 6:15. Now, obviously, take some of this like a grain of salt. I don't want to sound like a broken record, obviously, like some people say, but I also don't want to sound like I don't mean anything either, because these storms mean business. And then back to the west. What's going on back to the west and what's going on over here is our next round of storms. We're going to have to watch those closely as well. All right, another reason we're on is a tornado warning for northern Livingston County. Berna, you're in this. Salem, you're in this. I want to see if we're seeing any rotation in this storm. No, we're not really seeing any rotation at all. But you can kind of see we have a little hook echo that's trying to hook near Berna, and it was a lot tighter a while ago. So as we can play that in slow motion, I guess you could say. It was hooking a little bit while ago, like when it was still in Illinois, but now it kind of just turned it into a little bit of a bow echo, if you will. Again, this one is radar indicated. We have not seen any tornadoes with that. A confirmed tornado with that, I should say. But this is in Berna, and a little bit while ago it was showing decent rotation. Let's check for debris, seeing if we're seeing any debris. We are not at this time. And there we go. They dropped the tornado warning. And I'm sure they dropped that for a reason, because we were basically seeing relatively no rotation. Relatively, we were seeing no rotation, but I would expect that. I can see why they still have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect, because we're possibly seeing winds up to 60 miles per hour and probably about nickel-sized hail. I'm going to see what they've done with that other tornado warning. They still have it going. Alright, so we only have one tornado warning in effect now. I want to go to these storms in Missouri, because these have the possibility to also produce tornadoes. And I want to see, it's looking interesting in Iron County, about to move into Reynolds County. You see we have a little bit of a shape here that's a little interesting here. Not a ton of rotation, but yeah, not like enough to warrant a tornado warning, but that's something I'm going to be watching here. As we tick on storm relative, it's a little tighter on storm relative, but still nothing that I don't think would warrant a tornado warning just yet. And that's going to be headed toward Pilot Knob, Ironton, and Iron Mountain Lake. And that severe thunderstorm warning goes until 6:15. It is for northern Iron County in southeastern Missouri and northern Reynolds County in southeastern Missouri. Until 6:15. This is moving east at 45, so we're going to track this to the east at 45. We have the potential on this for ping pong ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gust. So let's track this at 45. By the way, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning for St. Genevieve and Randolph County. We'll look at that in a minute. But again, these storms also have the possibility to produce tornadoes. That one includes tornado possible. The one that we just got a new warning for St. Genevieve and Randolph. All right. You can see Redmondsville, 6 o'clock p.m. Snow Hollow Lake, 6:21. Iron Mountain Lake, 6:26. And French Mills at 6:38. All right, now let's go to these. There's a good storm in Bonne Terre. Again, that includes tornado possible, with the potential for golf ball size hail up with this storm. That is on the north side of Farmington. That will stay north of Park Mills, most likely. Stay north of Bismarck. Stay northeast of Irondale. This is to the northeast of you. And Petoskey, you've already had this. This is east of you, Petoskey. So we're watching this. I want to check velocity on here. A little bit of an interesting shape here too. You can kind of see how it's making this. And then how it's just kind of bowing out like that. Not sure if you can see my drawing on here. But that's what it's doing right now. It's kind of bowing in and bowing out. And you can kind of see the inflow notch right here. So we may get a tornado warning on that storm. The rotation is not all that great. But with that being said, we still have a decent amount of rotation on that storm. You can see that will head towards Bloomsdale, and then Prairie du Rocher, and then Fultz, and then probably St. Genevieve, if that holds together. That's the only tornado warning we have down there in the viewing area right now. So we're watching that, obviously. And then we have storms back to the west near the Ozarks and near Springfield. And then we have a by the way, that's severe thunderstorm warning for St. Genevieve and Randolph County. That goes until 6:30. Let's go to this new severe thunderstorm warning that goes until 6:45. Get a query on what's going on. And here, now this is off of Hopkinsville, so it's going to hit a little higher up when we go to the velocity. Let's check and see what the warning is for. It is for northwestern Muhlenberg County in south central Kentucky. McLean County in northwestern Kentucky, basically all of McLean County. Northeastern Hopkins County in northwestern Kentucky. And the northeastern part of Webster County in northwestern Kentucky. It looks like it just includes a corner of Webster County. let's see here. This is right near Slaughters and Hanson, and then it's going to be headed towards Bremen, Sacramore, and Livermore, and Calhoun. Let's check the velocity on that. Looks like we got a confirmed tornado somewhere. I'm not. Okay, excuse me, that is actually a tornado emergency. So we need to be taking this seriously. We have a tornado emergency near Spring Hill. It's going to be headed towards Murfreesboro, and that will be with us for about another hour. So it looks like we may not catch a break at all today. Again, been a very long day. Appreciate everybody being with us through this outbreak. But again, in the storm that is in Hopkins County that is about to move into McLean County, I'm not really seeing any rotation with it. I am seeing a good amount of hail with it, and it does have a little bit of a echo, but I'm not seeing anything that would concern me that we may have a tornado with that storm by Hanson. Just seeing the potential for 1-inch hail, which is possible. All right, let's go to this. And again, this is a tornado emergency in Spring Hill. The damage threat is catastrophic. You definitely want to be checking on your friends in Spring Hill and in Thompson Station and Eagleville. Definitely want to be checking on your friends. And my goodness, I can just pick it up from the Hopkinsville radar, and you can see this is a very, very tight circulation. Very, very tight. My goodness. Near Dress Homes, honestly would not be surprised if we... I honestly would be surprised if we couldn't pick up debris from here. But you can see this is headed towards Rally Hill. This is headed towards Lively near Bear Wallow. Lee's Corner. This is a catastrophic tornado. It has been confirmed on the ground. So we do have, again, a tornado on the ground south of Spring Hill, right over Dress Homes right now. And you can see we definitely can pick up debris. There is debris right there. That correlates perfectly with everything that we're saying. That is a debris signature right there. A tornado on the ground with debris. And this is a very serious situation. We need to be taking this seriously. If we are in Dress Homes, Rally Hill, Les Comer, Bear Wallow, and Lively, we do have a debris signature, and there is a tornado on the ground in Murray County right now. So again, I'd be taking this very seriously if I lived in any of these areas. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning, I believe, for the Metro Nashville area. I'll touch on that in a minute. In fact, let's just look at the velocity real quickly. I look for velocity, and I see just maybe the tiniest of rod rotation. All right, I'll be right back and get something. And the only lone tornado warning we have is a very violent and strong one. Well, just as I say that, we have a new tornado warning. This is radar indicated. I'm going to see the counties on this. This is about out of our area, honestly. This is for Sumner, Wilson, Macon, and Trousdale. So I guess next time we get a tornado warning, this one will probably be out of the area. Let's scope this, see the velocity. Check the velocity. Oh yeah, I'd be surprised if there definitely wasn't a tornado with this. Yeah, you can pretty clearly see the rotation right here. It's moving. The strongest winds are right over Cairo right now. So Cairo, you are under the gun for the strongest winds. Not Cairo, Illinois, Cairo, Tennessee, and then this will be headed towards Macedonia, Hickory Grove, and then Payne Store. Also getting a little concerned with rotation in St. Genevieve County, Missouri here, but we have no official tornado warning on that yet. All right. We don't have any new warnings yet. So looking at this storm in Spring Hill, I mean, man, it has just kept going. And it is just very, very, very tight. You see that it's very little, but it's a very tight circulation right where I circled. You may see it, you may not. It's a very, very, very tight little circulation. And that is near just west of Holt's Corner. Rally Hill, Cutoff Road, Kedron Road, Lewisburg, and Franklin Pike. Hey. Kelly Ferris Road and Moses Road. These are the areas that are being impacted right now. You definitely want to be in your safe spot right now if you're in any of those areas. So again, Gallatin, just south of Carroll, we're watching for a possible tornado right now. I want to see if we are picking up on maybe any debris that could possibly be being lofted right now. I'm looking for debris. I see just the littlest of a hint, but I don't think that would match up with. I don't think that would correlate with what we are seeing right now. But clearly, there is a hook echo right now. I'll show you what I mean. You can clearly see this hook echo. And then you can see it wrapping all the way out. Clearly see a hook echo right here. That is wrapping around it. Wrapping around the possible tornado that we have right now. Do we have any spotters here? We do. We have a spotter in Nashville. I want to see what is going on there. I'm kind of curious myself. you kind of see these low wall clouds that are pretty, very, very low wall clouds here. So what's going on in Nashville, by the way? So there has been a new tornado warning issued, and that is for St. Genevieve and St. Francis, just what we were talking about. I will be right back. I have to go to do something, but I will keep this on. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this tornado warning here real quickly. By the way, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning and a new tornado warning that goes to Murfreesboro. All right. Here's the tornado warning in St. Francis, St. Genevieve crossing Randolph County right now. You can see warnings just paralleling both Perry counties and Jackson County right now. There's a rotation right there. I will stay on for a few more minutes here. Again, you see a tornado warning, St. Genevieve, St. Francis County right now. Excuse me, yeah, St. Genevieve. I believe that's a part of Jefferson County and Randolph County. And so a few tornado warnings in Tennessee. Get the query on these. A lot of people are in a tornado warning now. So I'm just reading off. So this one goes, tornado warning remains in effect until 6:30. This is for Sumner, North Central Wilson, Southwestern Macon, and Western Trousdale counties. The tornado in quarter-sized hail is a possibility. It's moving east at 20 miles per hour. And we got some very strong winds, even not with a tornado. Even with the possibility of a tornado, actually, I should say that. It goes until 7 o'clock for St. Genevieve and St. Francis counties here. This is headed towards Ellis Grove. And possibly Evansville, then Ruma, and then Sparta, and then Steelville, Illinois. Okay. I want to zoom into this real quickly. See right there between Evansville and Ellis Grove. Between Evansville and Ellis Grove, there's definitely a little rotation. It's not very strong rotation, but it is definitely there. And then we have some strong winds on the backside. Very strong winds right now in St. Genevieve. Winds up to, we're indicating winds up to 65 miles per hour in the city of St. Genevieve. So very strong winds. And then in Redbud, indicating about 63 mile per hour winds. So all along this yellow line that you see right here, I know you can probably see the yellow, that is 60 to 65 mile per hour winds possible. And again, that tornado warning goes until 7 o'clock. There's a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Iron County and southeastern Missouri, southern St. Genevieve County, and southern Washington County, and all of St. Francis County and southeastern Missouri until 7:15 p.m. And that is for the potential of ping pong ball-sized hail and 60 mile per hour winds. Thought we had an update there for a second. Now the tornado warning is just for Randolph County now. Paducah has not issued a warning yet. I'm waiting to see if they will or not, honestly. And again, a tornado watch goes until 12 o'clock for most of the area. Gonna step off and be right back. back, Mr. Piggy. I know that you're a piggy, but you have to calm down. Give me a minute here, guys. Alright, sorry that bear with me, I just have to do some stuff. I'll be back in like 10 minutes though. They may know that we do not live together. All right, good Wednesday afternoon. We are Wednesday evening now. We are back, and we still have some tornado warnings in effect. I was looking at this guy in Randolph County. We may have lost radar data, but I can show you warnings real quick. So these warnings are coming back from the west. We have a tornado warning out currently for Randolph County until 7 o'clock, and this is radar indicated, and there's the potential for hail just under 1 inch. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Iron, St. Francis, and St. Genevieve County. That is until 7:15. And that is for a half-dollar sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then we have a severe thunderstorm warning for, I believe that is St. Clair and then Washington County, Illinois. This does include about all of Washington County, including the Nashville, Lively Grove, and Oakville area, and also Marissa. So that goes until, I believe, like I just said, 7:15 for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then we have severe thunderstorm warnings here. We have a tornado warning again down here. That's close to moving out of our area. This is about to move out of our area. So we may be good now. I don't know. We may be good for a few hours. It all depends on if we get another tornado warning or not. I'm just tracking stuff behind my phone here, seeing when this will get out. It will be in our area for about another 45 minutes, though. Let's think maybe another 45, 50 minutes until it leaves our area. So, and this is actually out of Louisville, Kentucky. Okay, well, just as I say that, we do now have a tornado warning, and that is for Perry County. But I'm going to go to this real quickly here. We are going to check on this storm. I think I need to probably just zoom back in, and zoom out. There we go. That should do it right there. You down me. You down me. You down me. And also, we have some pretty strong storms out here in Marshall County. One, in fact, about to enter Callaway County here. But again, we just had a tornado warning issued for Perry County, and that goes until 7:30. It's all of Perry County, and again until 7:30 here. Again, Boot Hill, pretty clear. Jefferson County, you may have a severe thunderstorm warning that goes into your area in about 30 minutes. I'm just currently watching, and again, this is for southern Ohio County. This includes Hartford, and this includes Beaver Dam and Rockport. There is a storm with a good bit of hail between Hartford and Beaver Dam. You can see just a little bit of rotation there, but nothing really too bad. So I wouldn't expect a tornado warning with that. But that would move into about maybe Hancock County within an hour, and then Butler County here very, very shortly. You gotta remember, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Caldwell County up towards Hopkins and Webster County. All right, and they did put tornado possible in this. So we may be seeing just a little bit of broad rotation within that storm, but nothing too significant. And this storm, I mean, this has just been going on forever. Between Christina and Fosterville, there is a very, very tight circulation. I would suspect that we probably still do have a tornado on the ground with this storm. Just checking other storms also behind the scenes here. And nothing too concerning yet still. That concerns me a little bit, what we're seeing right now, actually. That concerns me a little bit. And some of these storms are gradually getting stronger, so I do expect we will have more warnings again. Again, tornado warning for Perry County until 7:30. And that is in our immediate viewing area. So, of course, we're going to cover that if that is happening.
Right in here. Smyrna kind of in between some of that rainfall right now as well, but Murphy's
And again, the atmosphere is just so favorable for today for severe storms. So that's why we're having to watch every single storm closely. So let's zoom in and see what's going on here. The radar with that storm is kind of raggedy now, but I expect there's probably still some rotation embedded, about to cross 24 right now and head towards Fudge or ground. And this Murfreesboro, I know you are in the tornado warning, but this will stay south of you. We have a very tight couplet behind this. I'm kind of watching this one closely as well for the possibility for it to produce a tornado maybe. Again, we've got an extension to the severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be for, I know, at least parts of Hopkins and Christian County. And just for the western part of Muhlenberg County, northern Christian County, east central Caldwell County, and southeastern Hopkins County right now. It'd be so good if we could do a line track. This is moving. They didn't put moving east at 35 miles per hour. Okay. We're gonna do a cell track actually. Let me try this one more time. Okay, so you can see I put about a 30-minute track on it. Some of the areas that will be impacted here are Owsley 652, Nortonville 707, White Plains 7, and White Plains at 714. So again, that is a severe thunderstorm warning for Hopkins and mainly Christian County, but it also includes Caldwell and Muhlenberg County. And I look, you want to go to these storms that are in Benton right now because we have a pretty strong storm over Benton, but it is not severe. But we do have a little bit of winds with it, a little bit of strong wind with it. So, and then we have a severe thunderstorm warning knocking on our western counties. I want to get the information on that. Oh, and this is a destructive storm, by the way. Baseball size hail. So it is not in our western counties yet, but it is knocking on our door, and this is going to be a long thunderstorm. All of these are, but that appears to be what is going to go on for hours and hours. Again, south of Benton, pretty big thunderstorm, but nothing too out of the ordinary right now. That storm is about to move out of the area. Just watching some of these storms go real quickly. There is a tornado warning to the east of our viewing area. That's one that is east. Then a strong storm over Beaver Dam does not have a warning on it yet, but it is pretty close to severe, so we're going to need to watch that closely. And again, a tornado warning for all of Perry County until 7:30. So again, tracking many strong thunderstorms, including one out to the west. Again, Mount Vernon, you are officially now in a severe thunderstorm warning. So Mount Vernon, again, you are in a severe thunderstorm warning. We have storms gradually strengthening now, and gradually becoming severe as they progress west or east or however you're going. But we have multiple tornado warnings out right now, and then we have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings out. The good news is that some of these are moving out of the area, so we won't have to deal with these much longer. And that's the good news, honestly. But again, we do have a tornado watch until 12 o'clock. I want to see what the info on this storm is. This is for 1-inch hail and 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. This goes until 7:45 here. This Wednesday evening. And this is for Jefferson County and South Central Illinois. This goes until 7:45 here. And then this is moving to the east at 45 miles per hour. So this should be out of the area. It should be out of Jefferson County, actually. The Jefferson County area. Maybe in about 30 minutes or so. Again, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts is very, very possible with this. We have had reports of wind gusts, and we have had reports of tornadoes today. So we have not had reports of injuries, so that's good. So again, we'll track this at 45. I'll just give it a little bit of a heads up. The storm is still in Washington County right now, but that it is very close into entering Jefferson County. It is in Nashville right now. I'll have to check and see if we were seeing any rotation with that. Yeah, Pyramid 712, weird name, but that's the name of it. Roaches 722. By the way, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Perry County now. I'll get to that in a minute. Woodlawn at 725. Daredevil at 730. Idlewood 734. Blueford 747. Wayne City at 757. And Belle Prairie City at 8 o'clock. So, I don't know if it's this for this storm or this storm coming out of St. Genevieve County now. I'm not really sure because there are two storms next to each other. I'm assuming it is for the Perry County storm. That's what I'm assuming, but I'm not completely sure. All right. If we can go to the St. Louis radar. And you can see the storm is just hammering over Nashville right now. The storm is just hammering Nashville, Illinois right now again. So, but again, a tornado warning for all of Perry County, and it has the potential to produce 2-inch hail now. So this is lime size. So very serious thing. It has the potential to produce lime size hail. Again, strong winds in Nashville. I'm going to get a query on those winds real quickly. And we're seeing about 70 to 75 mile per hour winds. So this is a more serious situation than some of the others that we have had today. Pretty serious situation that we've that has been evolving today. Strong storm near Benton. We may get a warning for that shortly. It is not too far from being severe, actually. So whether we get a warning on that is debatable, I'd say. And so again, a tornado warning for Perry County until 7:30, and to a severe thunderstorm warning for Perry County, Missouri, until 8 o'clock. So. And then we have tornado warnings back over here. And a severe thunderstorm warning just south of Madisonville. We'll get back to that in a minute. And there's a tornado warning northeast of our viewing area. So, still looking at some of these storms right here. Let's put the velocity on. And we got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Butler County. I'll go to that in a minute. But again, this is between Fudge Round and Bradyville. And there's pretty clearly some rotation right in here just west of Fudge Round. Again, it is our policy to stay on whenever there is a tornado warning. So that is indeed what we are doing. And I'm noticing a pretty strong rotational couplet just to the west of Pinckneyville. But again, between Fudge Round and Bradyville, there is a possible tornado that is on the ground right now. Between Fudge Round and Bradyville. Check the CC, see if we have a drop. No, we do not have a drop yet. So, while we do have moderate rotation, there is no sign of a debris signature yet. And aside the point from the possible tornado, we also have the potential to see some very large hail within that storm. And I believe we got a new severe thunderstorm warning here back in Illinois. So let me check that. So again, a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Jackson County and Williamson County, I believe. Okay, so it is for Williamson County in southern Illinois, it is for Jackson County in southern Illinois, and it is for Franklin County in south central Illinois. Again, I think people are thinking that they're forced to be here. You're not forced to be here. If you don't have to be here if you would not like to. I just want to reiterate that. Again, you're not forced to be here if you for all I care, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. But we're just trying to give updates to as many people as possible. But again, if you don't want to be here, then you're more than welcome to leave. You don't have to be here if you don't want to. Trying to be respectful about it. Just in case people just think that they have to be here. You don't. So you can leave if you want to. But some other people have been ruder. So I'm just saying. But you can leave if you want to. So again, we have a tornado warning for again Perry County, Illinois, until 7:30. Again, this is very close to Pinckneyville, and again, we have a tight circulation near Pinckneyville. You can see it's very tight. It's almost about between downside of Pinckneyville. Pinckneyville, this is probably around you right now. It's probably in your immediate area right now. I'm looking for rotation in Jefferson County. I'm not seeing a lot of rotation. So the only place I'm really seeing rotation is in Perry County, and there's quite a few areas of rotation. It's about 2 areas of rotation right now. I just drew where the possibility of some rotation is. And yeah, there's also some flash flood emergencies here. So again, this is probably in the Perryville area right now. Pinckneyville, you need to be seeking shelter. And then over towards Tamaroa and DeCoin. This storm is not near you yet, but I would still be seeking shelter. If I was in any of those areas. So again, obviously if you're in Pinckneyville, seek shelter. And in Tamaroa and DeCoin, I wouldn't wait. I would just go and seek shelter right now. Very strong storm over Benton right now. This is just past Pinckneyville. So again, if you're in Pinckneyville, I would still be in your safe spot for a little bit longer. But the storm has passed some of Perryville now. You're probably still getting some very heavy rain and probably hail and strong winds, but the tornado threat has passed some of Pinckneyville. And again, storms back to the west that are pretty substantial, I'd say. I want to get it, see what these winds are. 64 and about 13. So this is pretty close to an EF0 tornado. They just extended the tornado warning again. That is full until 7:45. This tornado warning is now for southern Jefferson County. Yeah, southern Jefferson County and the north central part of Williamson County, Franklin County, and the southeastern part of Perry County in Illinois. This includes Benton, Christopher, Valier, Cessier. This also includes the Red Lake area, Ewing, and Logan. So all these areas need to be seeking shelter right now. All right. And again, there's a storm out of St. Genevieve County that may clip Perry County soon. And Perry County already has a severe thunderstorm warning out until 8 o'clock tonight. I would like to check the velocity on here. Nothing as of right now, nothing that jumps out to me. But definitely interesting, I'd say. Again, we have some showers and storms in western Kentucky. None are severe. The strongest one that is in Kentucky that is not severe is the one just east of Benton. Let's just check velocity on that. No rotation as of right now. Maybe just a little bit of strong wind. So again, if you're wondering, tuning in, why are we on? What is going on? We have a tornado warning out for all of Perry County until 7:30. And then we have a tornado warning out for Franklin, Jefferson, and Perry County until 7:45. This one was just issued. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Pinckneyville, moving to the east at 55 miles per hour. So we might even starting to see a little bit of rotation in Jefferson County. Denny 7:10, DuQuoin at 7:15, Valor at 7:27, Cesar at 7:27, West City at 7:33, and Hannaford at 7:41. Okay. Again, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Jackson County, and we also have a severe thunderstorm warning for Williamson County as well. We have just some very, very broad rotation near Ava right now. So that's something. These tornado warnings that are in Tennessee, we just had another one issued. But most of them are starting to move out of the area where they're basically on the fringe of our viewing area right now. There's a severe thunderstorm east of Huntsville that it may be coming up to Tennessee, but I believe that it'll probably miss our Tennessee counties. Probably just barely miss our Tennessee counties. But we will have to see what happens. Okay. Looks like we may have just had a little bit of a lull in there. Okay. So again, we have a tornado warning out for Perry County, and then we have a tornado warning out for the southern part of Jefferson County and Franklin County. And I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about this rotation that is in Jefferson County, the central part of Jefferson County. It is starting to rotate a little bit. We may need a tornado warning for the central part of Jefferson County shortly. Still watching for development to go all the way down to Donovan and then push east. So far that has not happened. We are getting a little bit of development, but nothing too major at this time. Again, we did get a new tornado warning for Rutherford, Bedford, and Marshall County in Tennessee. So, again, we are dealing with the storms in Tennessee for about another 30 or 45 minutes. These ones that are pushing, that are to the west of us, we will be dealing with this for a while probably. So, and that's what we're really looking at right now. We have about a few tornado warnings out. So again, near Gordonville, in your Baxter and near Lancaster, there's a little bit of rotation. Yeah, we may need a tornado warning for central Jefferson County here shortly. Let's go back down to these two tornado warnings that will be out of our area probably in about 30 or 45 minutes. You can see a very tight rotation west of Shelbyville here and northeast of Lewisburg. I'm going to zoom into that. You can see pretty tight rotation right there. Alright, again, back to radars. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning here. And the rotation looks a little bit weaker that is headed towards Bedford and Shelbyville, but it is definitely still there. Then we're getting a severe, and they dropped the tornado warning, but we still have some moderate to decent rotation in Centertown that is headed towards McMinnville. Of course, McMinnville, once you get to McMinnville, that is out of our viewing area, so we may just have a little bit longer to deal with this. At least this tornado warning. So, overall, for the most part, things are starting to quiet down in Tennessee. That is mainly, obviously, to deal with how things are moving out of our viewing area now. But we still have a little bit of a long way to go. I'm going to take a look at this new severe thunderstorm warning. It is for hail, less than an inch, and 70-mile-per-hour winds. This goes until 8:15. This is for northwestern White County in southeastern Illinois, and Wayne County in south central Illinois, and also northern Hamilton County in south central Illinois until 8:15 p.m. You can see the northern parts of Hamilton and White County, and basically all of White County. So McLeansboro and Carmi, this is just north of you, but I would still watch out for storms. And again, half of the tornado watch counties have been placed with a flash flood warning because we've just had so many warnings with flash floods. We've just had a lot of water over roads, and that is what's mainly causing the reason for the flash flood warnings. Okay, so anyway, again, see if we can pick up anything off the Nashville radar site. No, we can't. I was afraid it was going to take us to Evansville. The rotation on this storm looks to be weakening off of the high resolution velocity. And I think that's mainly because a storm is out ahead of it. It should pop up. Yeah, you can see this storm is out ahead of it, and it's basically killing the rotation on the storm that was just warned for a rotation. It's basically just killing the rotation, honestly. Just a shower that's killing, just a plain old shower that's killing the rotation on a storm. But we do have some rotation in near Virginia in Jackson County, Illinois. That probably will come into Perry County, and then maybe move into Franklin, and then probably northern Jefferson County, maybe. So that's what we're going to have to be looking at as well. Severe storm near Crofton is weakening a little bit. That is heading east into Todd County, Muhlenberg County, and Logan County here shortly. And again, we have severe thunderstorm warnings down here in Tennessee. I have not heard about them putting a new risk out. They probably will do that in about 40 minutes. Pretty tight rotation though. And this is in Shelbyville. The rotation that we are tracking is about to move into McMinnville, and of course McMinnville, that is out of our viewing area. So once that goes into McMinnville, we will probably stop watching that storm and give it up to a different station. But again, so that's a pretty tight rotation, maybe even a little tighter than the one that has a tornado warning on it. Again, right there, that would head towards Wintertown and daylight. Again, we'll track that storm. It does still have tornado possible, and it also has the potential for half-dollar sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So, and that is moving east at 30 miles per hour. Still dealing with that tornado warning. They may just continue it until 7:45. They may expire it early if they see a weakening trend. We're not sure yet. And we're going to track this from the rotation. And you can see it'll be in McMinnville, so it's basically almost out of our viewing area. Once it crosses that county line, which it's about to in 5 minutes, it'll be out of our viewing area. You can see Chris Spring, that's out of our viewing area. And I think Trousdale is out of our viewing area too. So this will be out of our viewing area in about 10 minutes. So we don't have long for this tornado warning. Severe thunderstorm warning with the possibility of a tornado. And that is very tight circulation, gate to gate circulation. So again, very, very tight circulation, but that is almost between Centertown and Morrison, and then it's heading towards McMinnville. You can see McMinnville 750, and McMinnville is out of our viewing area, so we do not have long to deal with that. And then we can see some flash flood emergencies. We did get a new severe thunderstorm warning, and it is an extension. Going to talk about that is for 1-inch hail. By the way, we also did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning for the Paducah area. We will go to that in a minute. That I just want to check on that. That is for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Southeast of Crofton. That is for the Paducah storm.
The National Weather Service in Paducah has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Massac County, Illinois, southeastern Oak County, Illinois, southwestern Livingston County, Kentucky, northwestern Marshall County, Kentucky, southeastern McCracken County, Kentucky, until 8 p.m. At 7:23 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Lone Oak, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees.
Okay. So again, this severe thunderstorm warning. That's for southern Muhlenberg County, northeastern Christian County, and then northern Todd County. This goes until 8 o'clock p.m. The severe thunderstorm was located 16 miles northeast of Hopkinsville, moving to the east at 45 miles per hour. And again, we have the potential for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. So let's track this storm. We do not have any new tornado warnings out, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning out for the Paducah area. I will get to that in a minute. Kirksmanville, 729. Sharon Grove, 742. Crossroads, 749. And then Darby at 755. And then that'll be headed towards Logan County shortly. Yeah, and we're still dealing with that. We're still dealing with that tornado warning for Franklin County and Jefferson County, and also the very eastern part of Perry County until 7:45. All right, let's go back to the Paducah radar. See a little bit of strong winds near the radar, but I'm not seeing any rotation. You can see that storm pretty clearly. So that tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning goes until 8 o'clock. It is for southeastern Massac County in southern Illinois, southeastern Pope County in southern Illinois, southwestern Livingston County in western Kentucky, northwestern Marshall County in western Kentucky, and southeastern McCracken County in western Kentucky. We had storms earlier today about 1 o'clock. In fact, had a tornado warning with that storm in Marshall County and Graves and McCracken. And also that was coming in Livingston County. So again, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail moving to the northeast at 25. So we will again track it northeast at 25. That'll put it close to the Marion, Kentucky area. So track on this one. I did about a 30-minute track. You can see Littleville 732, New Liberty 754, Smithland 801, Vicksburg 813, and Salem at 830. So maybe a 1 hour track actually. All right, let's go back to the. Okay, now we have a new tornado warning for Wayne County and Jefferson County. So all right, this goes until 8:15. Let's go back down in Tennessee, see if there's anything yet. By the way, severe thunderstorm warning that got extended for our western counties. That is very close to our western counties. Let's see. Okay, we did get a new tornado warning for that storm down by the McMinnville area. So this is about to exit our viewing area, but we'll still be dealing with this for a little while. See if I'm gonna step off here real quick. I'm getting the information on that for you all real quickly. So this is for DeKalb, for Coffee, and for Cannon. Okay, so this is in our area for just a little bit longer here. And then we're getting severe thunderstorm warnings all the way down into southern Tennessee here. And this is about to enter McMinnville, so this will be with us for about 2 radar scans. You can clearly see the hook, though. Right here. Going in, and then an inflow notch coming into the storm. So we always say if you can draw a 6 on radar, that likely means that you have a tornado. And so therefore that likely means that we probably do have a tornado on the ground heading into Warren County right now. And Warren County also is out of our viewing area, but I just want to give everybody a heads up in Warren County. It looks like the rotation is down in Warren County, but it is very close to Morrison. very close to Morrison, which is in Warren County. So just a heads up to everybody in Warren County, Morrison. Definitely want to be seeking shelter. Daylight, McMinnville. Want to be in your safe spot as well. So, again, pretty tight circulation with that. But that has basically moved out of the area. So, again, places, Nashville and then north of Nashville, pretty quiet right now. Southern Tennessee is in game right now. All right, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning, and that is down in our Tennessee counties. This is for a storm coming out of Huntsville, if you will. Yeah, a storm coming out of Huntsville, right near the Ryland area. And it is for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. For Jackson, Madison, and Franklin counties here. Just gonna check the velocity real quick. And I'm not seeing any rotation with this, by the way. Yeah, no rotation, just mainly a little bit of strong wind, and this will head towards Franklin County. So again, Huntsland, you are in the path of this storm shortly. So again, just for Franklin County until 8:15, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. So we're going to track this to the northeast at 35. Try to extend it up as far as possible. Again, so some of the areas that will be impacted: Maysville 736, Princeton 756, Francisco 806, Jericho 817, Sherwood at 836, and Rockledge at 838. And severe thunderstorm warning again for the Glasgow area, just east of Bowling Green. I believe that includes some of our Kentucky counties, but we'll get to that later on. We have a severe thunderstorm warning west of Monona. This includes Mountain View. This is for 1.75-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. I'm just going to check the Storm Prediction Center real quick, see if they have an update. By the way, St. Francis and St. Genevieve County, you have been taken out of the warning. Out of the watch. You've been taken out of the severe thunderstorm watch. So not much to worry about right now, except maybe an isolated severe storm later on. But I think for the most part, St. Francis and St. Genevieve County, you are good and spared from any more severe weather. They're thinking about there's basically a 95% chance for a severe thunderstorm watch and a tornado watch in the Boot Heel in Tennessee. So I think that's an extension. But the Boot Heel, you have been spared from any severe weather. I think it's just an extension. of the watch. Okay. And again, that tornado watch that they originally have is until 9 o'clock, but I think they're going to extend that tornado watch. Alright, let's go back out to this storm. Again, coming into Shannon and Oregon counties here. This is for Shannon and Oregon County, the very northern part of Shannon, Oregon County actually, and the very central west part of Shannon County. This includes Birch Tree. This does not include Eminence and Winona. Let's check for velocities on here. The main threat will be hail with this. But as I look for any rotation, zoom this out a little bit. I'm not really seeing anything. I'm not really seeing any major rotation right now. All right. So again, that is for golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. The threat tag is considerable on that, by the way. All right, not sure if they're going to extend that tornado warning in for Franklin and Jefferson County here. Let's go and look at velocity. I'm talking about the one for Southern Jefferson. The one that they issued the tornado warning for Jefferson and Wayne, that storm has already moved out of Jefferson. It was in Jefferson for a very short period of time. It is now in Wayne County near Sisseton, and it is very close to Keynes and Sims and Johnsonville. And Fairfield, you are up next for the possibility of a tornado. I say possible because we have not had any confirmation of anything yet. There has been areas of rotation, but I have not seen too much in the way. I believe they just dropped the severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warning actually for Wayne County. Not for Wayne County, but for Franklin, Jefferson, and Perry County. So they have dropped the tornado warning in that area. Looks like we had a new severe thunderstorm warning somewhere. Okay. Yeah. Alright. And that is for western White County and southeastern Illinois, southeastern Jefferson County. That is for northern Saline County and southern Illinois, Hamilton County and south central Illinois, and Franklin County and south central Illinois. That goes until 8:30. We have a new tornado warning again for Rutherford, Cannon, and Bedford, and also Coffee County until 8:15. So, kind of two areas we need to zoom into. All right, so the rotation that is right near Benton, there may just be a little bit of broad rotation, but that has mainly weakened. That's all obviously weakened a good bit, just because of the storm that is out ahead of it. And the storm that was out ahead of it just basically struck everything and weakened it. So we still have this tornado warning for Wayne County, Illinois until 8:15, and then we have a tornado warning down in Tennessee that I need to go to. And quite the adventure here for severe thunderstorm warnings, so. They've trimmed that severe thunderstorm warning. It is now just for McCracken County, Massac, and Pope County now. Very tiny area. Let's see what they're saying now. 1 inch hail again and 60-mile-per-hour winds. I want to see if there's any rotation. Zoom in. No rotation right now. Just probably 60-mile-per-hour winds is the likelihood with that storm, though. We may get a warning for Carter and Ripley counties for that storm. That is back to the west in Shannon and Oregon County. Let's take a look at these storms. Yeah, you can see very tight rotation with that. So again, we'll probably get a severe thunderstorm warning for the Boot Hill. And then we'll see what happens with a tornado watch for the Boot Hill. And then we'll see what happens next. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning in Illinois. I'll take a look at that in a minute. Again, we have a new tornado warning for Coffee, Bedford, Cannon, and Rutherford. And Tennessee until 8:15. And if there's going to be a tornado, it'd be right here, just south of Wartrace and then just west of Bugs Cuffle. Be right in here. Right in here, just west of Bugs Cuffle. Lots of other storms in Kentucky that are subsevere, but have not reached quite the severe limits yet. Okay, let's see if we're seeing any debris. And that rotation just got even tighter, by the way. In Boot Hill and Arkansas, you all have been quiet all day. You all have not really had any thunderstorms to worry about. We have a tornado warning in Alabama that may get pushed into Giles County here very, very shortly. But I'm also noticing some strong rotation in central Giles County and just by Stella. And to track how long this will be in our area, it has to move into McMinnville to be in our area, to not be in our area. So track how long it'll be till it gets out of our area. So probably about in an hour. So you can see Bug Scuffle 750, Union Ridge 754, Manchester at 806, White Oaks 807, Morrison 819, and Bavalia at 821. So again, anybody just tuning in wondering what's going on, we have a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings out, but the most of the activity is in Tennessee now. It's been in Tennessee for a while, but some stuff started to fire up and blossom, especially in Tennessee, areas of Tennessee here. But it's showing it'll be out in about 30 minutes, so probably have another 30 minutes on this warning. Until this exits the area, probably. And the severe thunderstorm warning that was issued from McCracken, Massac, and Pope that has since moved out of the area, and that is now in Livingston County. So McCracken, Livingston, McCracken, Pope, and Massac, you're good. And I also want to mention St. Francis, St. Genevieve, Randolph counties north, you are pretty much good from the severe weather threat too. I'd say the severe weather threat's probably done. You do have a storm, pretty significant and substantial storm that is south of you, but for the most part, I think you all are good. Something just happened. Pretty large hail over Benton, Missouri right now. In Boot Hill, you are the only people that have no watch, and also Arkansas, you have no watch. Tablet appeared to die on us, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the local news channel and show you what is going on there.
Make sure that I'm not going home tonight. I say, see the 3.
Right now, a little closer look at that, and we find just how tight that is in some locations. So this is worthy of watching for sure as we take a peek here at the winds. And this is where we had such a high wind just a little while ago. So well over 150 mile per hour wind showing up with this storm as it moves on to the east. That's the rotation that we're seeing with the storm. It's now not too far from Hiawassee and Morrison, a little bit to the east of there, and tracking off towards the east. And we'll see it's going to be moving across some of the highways that you see here, 56. It's going to move right across there and also could potentially move across Highway 8 as it advances on towards the east, right through here, into some of these areas across southern sections of Warren County. And then down here, we can see Birchpa Springs. A little bit south of that, you may pick up some of that rain as it passes you by there. So those are tornado warnings that are in effect here across parts of the south right now. We scoot back and check in on the one that is just near Cornersville, and you can see Petersburg right there. And there is our warning, and I know that can be really difficult to see. It is challenging when you have all this red on the map, and then we're trying to highlight these warnings as well. But this is right around Cornersville, and we look for perhaps a notch to show up that could form a hook. And that could be where we have the rotation that is taking place. So we'll check that out for you. But this warning is in effect, as Dan has put up here, until 8:30. And here is that red and green that we're talking about. That storm is moving on towards the east right now. And this one is going to be right there along Highway 64, kind of paralleling the highway. It is coming across 65 right now. And it's going to be moving towards Petersburg at 8:17. If you're in that area, stay placed. That's where you need to be right now as the storm is advancing on towards the east and going to be impacting those communities like Petersburg. This is a view of Murray County. Those clouds, is that our live camera that we're seeing? All right, so live camera view there. A little bit farther to the south while we're looking at that, there's also a severe thunderstorm warning here for the cell that you see that is right there, not too far from Pulaski. They're in Giles County, and that warning is in effect until 8:15 as that storm moves towards the east. And I do want to make note that there is another tornado warning that is just over the county line here. So that's really close to us. We're going to have to watch that closely too. That can have an impact on our weather here. And that is a confirmed tornado warning right now from the Huntsville National Weather Service office, and that is in effect until 8:15. So we'll watch that one. It looks like it's moving up to the northeast. That could bring it up here into Elkton. So heads up, folks, there in Elkton. We could be seeing yet another possible tornado warning issued moving over into Tennessee. So we'll keep a close eye on that for you. But that is a confirmed tornado that we're seeing there, right there in northern Alabama and making its way towards the Elkton area as it moves northeastward and continues on through. All righty, so we've got several severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings here across the southeast. A little farther off to the north, just to give you a quick check of what's going on here, we are seeing just some heavier downpours up here around McMinnville, a lot of lightning showing up there, and even farther off to the north, the heavier rain continues to fall in those locations. And we find it up here, another tornado warning that is in effect there does include Putnam County as that storm, or just eastern Putnam County as that storm is moving off towards the east. Dan?
All right, Lisa, tornado warning there in parts of Fentress, parts of Overton, in parts of Cumberland counties. We go live where we actually have water rescues in progress to Danielle Ledbetter, who's up in Goodlettsville. Danielle, what do you see?
Yeah, Dan, so we're at an RV park. It's right off of Old Springfield Pike, and just take a look at all of this. The RV park is completely flooded. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some picnic tables that are completely submerged underwater. And then way out in the distance over there, there's a camper. And a few minutes ago, we saw a man actually rescue a dog out of that camper, and it was actually pretty remarkable to see how calm and collected he was able to be while he rescued that dog. And we found that man, so we're hoping to talk to him in a few moments here. But beyond that camper, there's also, that is where Old Springfield Pike is, and it's completely flooded. So we've seen about 10 cars just turn around so that they don't get caught up in that as well. So we also talked to the mayor of Goodlettsville. He's out here and he's urging his residents to stay safe and stay inside. Dan?
Danielle, thank you so much for that. And that video is just, it's very helpful to see because you can see from a distance the reflective properties of water. As you're coming up on a flooded road, there's no chance you can tell how deep it is because you can't see straight down. You see a mirror image of what is out there. So we just saw in Danielle's video at the RV park that's flooded, we saw the mirror image of other RVs. And so all you need to do is just turn around and go find another way. The beauty of the smartphone today, I've been using this to get some data, but if you have a destination plugged in here, it will reroute you every single time. You'll get there eventually. You'll go the long roundabout way, but you'll get there and you'll get there safely. You won't get stranded and you won't wreck your vehicle. But most importantly, you'll stay safe. So please always turn around, don't drown. But that was Danielle Ledbetter. She's up in Goodlettsville right now, on the edge of the flash flood emergencies. And so that's what these bluish or aqua colored areas are. So it's a big chunk. In fact, it's all of Sumner County, and it's now into a huge chunk of Robertson County. Not quite the county. 10 o'clock for this northern one, 10:30 flash flood emergency for the one that gets Gallatin, Hendersonville, in just the east of Goodlettsville. We'll see if we have additional flash flood emergencies issued in time. We have a flash flood warning in effect until 11:30, and then look at all these green polygons, whether they're shaded or not. There's been a whole lot of flooding, and so they all indicate just areas of very high water. And again, these should grow in time for sure. All right, tornado warning for Lincoln County until 8:30. Let's go over these tornado warnings again because we have some really dangerous looking storms. And this is a confirmed tornado one. So this one here, we'll click on it just so you can see there's the 8:30 expiration. Confirmed tornado from this cell that's crossing 65 momentarily. So back toward Elkton. Let's see, we have so somebody's been chasing, a trained storm spotter has been chasing tornado on the ground in Elkton, and so that's why it's a confirmed tornado warning. So let's get tight on this, let's stop the animation, and then we'll do a track for you. And so you can see it would be just to the west of Elkton. In fact, I'm so close to the Huntsville radar, I'm going to see what that looks like, and we may get a little better picture. I'm not sure I like that as much. So let's go back to this to find the rotation, and there it is, very clear, over Elkton. Now this is, a good distance up in the storm, probably 7,000 feet, but that shows where the area of rotation is. Let's check for debris in that same general area. Wow, we definitely have a little debris ball that's formed up. So we can track from Elkton eastbound, and let's just go back in time. You can see it moving almost due east, and that's going to take it right into Lincoln County, which is where Fayetteville is, and maybe in time getting 231. Cold water in your area, let me slide this up so you can see it better. 8:15, Taft, 8:16. Fayetteville is in this tornado warning, so you have to be in your safe spot. Obviously, cold water and Taft do as well. Let's get a little tighter view. So there's I-65, Cache Point, Blanche, Coldwater, Taft. Some of the roads out here, coming up on Minnie Brown Road, Henry Bales Road, Ardmore Ridge Road, State Route 7. And so Ardmore has so many tornadoes in its history. That's down on the Tennessee-Alabama line. It's like a tornado magnet down there, and it looks like this is going to pass on the north side of Ardmore, right toward Cache Point in Taft as well. So that's one tornado we've got, confirmed tornado warning up around Elkton. Yet another one tornado warning is for this one here until 8:30, and it's in northern parts of Lincoln County. So Lisa, we have two separate supercell thunderstorms that are about to potentially drop a tornado in Lincoln County itself. Unbelievable tonight.
It is unbelievable. I mean, one supercell after another, and they have all been so destructive in one way or another. And that's what we're highlighting here, right up there around Cornersville. I mean, we've got this supercell and the other one here to the south. I mean, it's just a series of these things coming through tonight. And you can see this one just marching on towards the east right now. We can take also a little closer inspection of some of these storms as we want to make sure that everybody is well aware of what is happening here. And of course, Sam's also been looking at this, but Petersburg, we were touching on that. And of course, looking at circulation in these storms as they moved on towards the east right now, just to make sure. And here is a look at that circulation that we're seeing. We're talking 40 plus 30, so under 100 miles per hour when it comes to rotation here, but still a very strong storm, very electrical storm too, a lot of lightning here, and plenty of heavy rain as this one is moving across Petersburg right now. But the center of circulation is going to be a little bit farther to the south here, and that may be headed around Mimosa, right around 828. As it continues on this path. So folks there in Mimosa, heads up to you. It's going to be crossing 231. And with that potential of a tornado, you want to make sure that you're in your safe spot right now. And a little farther north of that, look at all this rain up here in Manchester and all this lightning that we're seeing as well. So pretty dangerous storm here around War Trace. And again, we are watching for the potential of severe storm outbreak here with this circulation that we're seeing here and another down to the south. So it's just, again, a series of supercells. So we've got our rotation showing up right here along 41. That's where we can see that impacting. And not as defined here, but I do see that little bit of red and also green that is showing up, indicating where that rotation is taking place. And then another batch right here around Shelbyville. You can see it right through here, much more defined, moving off towards the east too. So a couple of other storms that could prompt a tornado, and certainly there's indications that we could be seeing that. And that is just off to the east there of Shelbyville and headed towards the east. And you can see our rotation. We're looking at still just under 100 miles per hour of rotation. And that is right there around the Shelbyville area, moving toward the east, over towards Caldwell and around the Haley community. And that tornado warning is in effect until 8:15. So just so much happening tonight. This has been a very active night, to say the least. And I have been here almost 24 years, and it's been a long time since we've had a storm system that just broke out like this one has, that we've seen for this afternoon and into the evening, and even this morning, and will continue tonight as well. This area of rotation right here east of War Trace is showing that it's continuing to maybe tighten up just a little bit, but it's off to the west there of Manchester and moving on towards the east. So if you're out ahead of this, if you're in Manchester, make sure you're in your safe place right now. Of course, that's going to come across I-24 here. So a lot of folks will be out there, and there's some proof that we may be seeing that tornado. There is a debris ball that's showing up right there where we do see that circulation. You can see it here, right there in the yellow and the greens, and then of course that up against that red, just showing you that's where that tornado circulation, creating that vacuum, could be lifting up whatever is in that tornado's path, where it be a barn like we saw just a little while ago, or just some 2x4s, or just a tree that has been blown down with that tornado. That's what we're seeing showing up right now with that debris ball there too. So again, safe place is where you need to be if you're in the Manchester area. A little farther up to the north, we also have some less than lovely weather up here as well, as we're tracking some more of these severe storms a little farther to the north. Just a heads up there, folks in Crossville, I know just outside of our viewing area, but you got some heavy rain that is coming in there. The good news, we don't have any warnings in effect into Kentucky yet, but we certainly do right up here in eastern sections of Putnam County. We still have a tornado warning that remains in effect here. And an area flood advisory, you can see that as well, and that is until 8:15, so just a few more minutes. That's from all the rain that we have had across the area with these storms. Just tremendous amount of rain that we've seen moving in. And now this is our tornado warning I was talking about, right through here where we see that red. And still looking for a little bit of the rotation here. It may be just outside the tornado warned area. And we find it right there. It's about 75 miles per hour of rotation happening with this storm moving towards the east right now. And that won't be too much longer. It'll be moving out of our viewing area. So good news, it's moving away from you and all good in Cookeville, but you still have quite a bit of rain that is continuing to fall in those areas at this point. Now we've got just nice weather, calmer weather around Hendersonville, Nashville, over to Smyrna, back to Columbia and Linden, and points westward there into Paris, where things have calmed down tremendously. But we're not done with storms necessarily. We have some activity coming up from the south, and we're also seeing more storms here from the north. And Dan was pointing those out just a little while ago. We've already had so much rain in some of those spots that we do have that tendency to see some flooding in those locations as well. But this by far is right now our problem area tonight, where we have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings in effect and also several tornado warnings that remain in effect for these supercells that are really just blowing up on our radar tonight. And we've got the one that we're paying attention to here that is just across that state line, and that's going to be progressing off towards the northeast. It's going to be moving towards you if you're in that Ardmore area. And if you ever travel down towards Huntsville and you take that little jog off the interstate and on some of the back roads, you usually travel right through Ardmore. And so that's where that is located. And that storm is going to be moving right into this area and headed towards the Elkton area too. Now, as we track this storm, you can see that it's going to head over to Coldwater right around 8:22, Taft around 8:24, and Fayetteville High School. And that will be right around 8:38. Warnings only miles apart, as you can see here from our First Alert live radar, which is giving us the most up-to-date view that you can see. Compared that with other locations. So the good news there is that we're able to give you the latest information on these storms as they move towards the east. And we are talking about confirmed tornadoes here. You can see the flashing that we've got going on, especially the one here where there's a storm chaser who actually saw that funnel cloud and reported that in, so prompting that confirmation of that tornado just over the state line. Dan?
All right, Lisa, pardon me, that's correct. 1801 Prospect Road in Giles County. There was a confirmed tornado report coming to police there. So a new tornado watch is coming out here shortly, and that will include the entire area of Middle Tennessee until 3 in the morning. So not what you wanted to hear, but it's what you probably expected, because we're tracking storms closing in from the north again. So, round 2, round 1, round, whatever it is for today so far. I guess it's round 2 for most. And then here comes what will be round 3. Finally starting to put on its jets from Missouri. And so getting a little bump farther south and east, west of Evansville, Indiana. That all has to come through the mid-state. So it's going to take many hours for that to happen. And so we'll have the tornado watch until 3, 7 more hours. We may need an additional one in parts of the rotation, and therefore maybe some hail, lightning, and tornado potential is east and south. The worst of the weather in terms of flooding so far has been north. Robertson and Sumner counties flood emergency continues for at least a couple more hours, and we'll see how it goes, but I'm very concerned about what I see here in southern Kentucky. The downpours just continue to roll over the same areas. We'll probably see more flood warnings or maybe an upgrade to a flood emergency in time. We'll have to just, again, see how that goes. Moderate rain, light to even heavy rain at times on the Cumberland Plateau. Moving to Crossville right now, looks like a new tornado warning for northern Cumberland. So let me stop the time lapse so we can read what it says. And it says until 8:45. So this is a brand new tornado warning, and it's with this part of the cell. As this storm was on the border of Putnam and Cumberland counties, I believe emergency management or state police, somebody reported they saw rotation. And so that's probably why we're continuing with this tornado warning. There's the rotation. Could be a couple of clusters that get our interest and therefore need to be watched carefully. We've got one essentially showing rotation here, yet another one potentially here. And so two little clusters of great interest, maybe some rotation in that area, all rain wrapped between Pleasant Hill and Crossville. You have to be in your safe spot, and you can see where that tornado warning is. And a little farther north, there's a more interesting notch that has to be watched as well. And so let's just see if we have any rotation up in that area. And we might in time as this advances. So in that whole area, northern Cumberland County, again, tornado warning remains in effect until 8:45 for you. We clear that off, we go down the line, and we see east of Sparta, it's just some rain. Really, Doyle and Sparta and White County doing great. And then we actually see Van Buren County. Look at all the rain on the east side of McMinnville. Morrison and McMinnville have gotten a lot of bad weather tonight. That rotation now down toward Bershaber Springs. Looks like just into East Tennessee, a brand new tornado warning has been issued for the Dunlap area. So this storm is about to move out of our area. It's just clearing Grundy County with that rotation. And then notice over toward Coffee County, Manchester 8:15. Tornado warning expires. We really have to watch Lincoln County. That's where the worst of the weather is right now in terms of tornado potential. Let's go to Marius and Tracy.
All right, thanks so much, Dan Thomas.
Hey, we have some breaking news to report. We have learned that today's storms have now been deadly.
Murray Regional Medical has confirmed one person in Murray County died from the storms that rolled through there this afternoon. I want to show you the video of what those storms look like. This was earlier today. The hospital telling us that 4 other people were hurt from this thing. One of them has serious injuries.
Now, the National Weather Service said there was a large, violent tornado on the ground near Spring Hill around 6 o'clock. We know people were trapped in structures after that storm hit Columbia.
So we have crews all across the mid-state right now. They are working to gather the latest details on today's storms. I know you've seen some live interviews with some of our crews out there, those that can get through those areas and talk to people on the ground. We're going to be live on the air until this entire storm threat is over here tonight. Lisa, Dan, you know the timing of that better than we do, that's for sure.
And you know, the thing is that yes, we're going to see these storms continue, but we're going to also get another round that's going to be coming in just a little bit later on. Let me show you what we're looking at right now. You can see all the warnings that we have here across the southeast, but what we're keeping a close eye on is what's happening up here in Kentucky too, where we are looking at more rain moving across this area. Notice it's moving from west to east. So as a result, we're going to see more rain in some of the same locations that have already had rain. Now, let me show you something else. Let's pull out and show you the bigger perspective. Look at this up here. This is going to be the next line that is going to come through. So that is why we have had the tornado watch continued, reissued. Now it is in effect until 3 a.m. So we are not going to be done with this till the wee early morning hours. And
There's a new warning.
just before dawn tomorrow when we start to see all of these storms out of the mid-state. But the good news is it looks like we may have.
It is just a tornado watch, actually.
Alabama, and right up here across that state line, there's Elkmont. We've got 2 warnings that are running right there, so that's going to be moving right here into the Ardmore area and up towards Elkton. And then you add to that, we already have a warning that is in effect very near Elkton at this point with the cell that you see right here that is moving off towards the northeast. So that too is a troublemaker as it moves on to the east. Let's take a look at what we're seeing in terms of any rotation with that storm. And notice these reds and greens together in a very short area, very small area. That is where we're possibly seeing a little bit of circulation with this storm.
So notice how close that is to the Fayetteville area. That's what we're watching right now. That is what has prompted this tornado warning that we see in effect right now. So it's going to be impacting some of these folks over here towards the east. Right now, cold water will be in that general area, and that's going to be until 8:23. And Lincoln County High School.
What? I'm not sure.
Very close to you. So a lot of rain out here, a lot of lightning, but then there is that potential of some rotation taking place. And we can take a look at our debris ball and see if we can find
Unless it's telling you not
debris.
connected.
Actually, I was looking there at our SWAT thing just a second ago. What did you say the video was? All right,
Yeah.
so Columbia and Spring Hill from a little bit earlier. That's what we're looking at right there. And let me see if I can find the button I'm looking for. Here we go. And we're going to take a look at the reflectivity there of where that storm is and where it's headed. And you can see it right through here, headed over to the cold water area. And that, of course, is the video that you're looking for right now is one of the first storms that we saw come through today. And that's continuing to move on towards the east. Now we take you over to Petersburg, and this is yet another cell that we're tracking right now and looking for some of the rotation that we see here. I'm going to momentarily turn this lightning off just a second so we can see that rotation right through there. And if we go from there and get you a new storm track on this one's headed over towards the Lynchburg area. And that is going to take that storm to Mimosa at 8:36, and it won't be too much longer before that full storm system heads into the Lynchburg area too. So if you're in those locations, please make sure you're in your safe spot. These folks, we don't want to mess with them tonight. They have already had a history of producing tornadoes, and just tragically, as we're learning, now we have had a death as a result of these tornadoes coming through tonight. We are looking here at a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect. That is until 8:45, and that includes folks there in the Manchester area, Beersheba Springs, and also Altamont. A heads up to you, that storm is going to be headed in your general direction as it continues to move on towards the east. And we can see a lot of lightning with this one. It's so electrical tonight. That's why we advise you just stay inside if you can. I mean, this is just really dangerous out tonight, just from the lightning alone. Now, this storm is moving out of our viewing area. There is a tornado warning with that, but that's over in Cumberland County, which is just outside where our signal will reach. 8:45 is the time for that. If you have friends over there in Cumberland County, you might want to let them know. Heads up that there's a tornado warning in their area. Now we look over to Monterey and over to Cookeville, and we have had so much rainfall here. We are still under an aerial flood advisory till 9:45 in this boxed-in area. How much rain have we had? Wow, it has been coming down in these locations. This is when we have to be really mindful of flooding potential for tonight. We've had estimates of near 6 inches. There's 4.5 inches there, and about 4 inches there as well. And then we have a little farther up to the north, and yes, again, we've got more flooding issues up here too, especially when you make your way up there into parts of Robertson County and Sumner County, and that's where we're seeing the flash flood warning that is in effect. And this is an emergency flash flood warning. We've had our reporters out there, and they have been sharing with us some of the problems we have had with water rescues out there. I mean, folks are just trapped away from their homes or in their homes. One or the other can't get to or from. So it is really a tough situation tonight for those folks there. Greenbrier, we've had estimated 6.5 inches of rain. Cottontown, almost 7 inches of rain. And there's Springfield, about 5.5 inches of rain. And not too farther north there, Adams, about 6.
On this as well, there's some more rain developing in parts of McCracken County, but thankfully we are not seeing any more of that larger hail potential across there as well. We'll head over into parts of western Kentucky, actually Christian County, Kentucky. We're starting to see yet another showering thunderstorm there, as well as a little bit east of Benton. Notice how that cell's getting a little bit of a hook to it again. So flooding will remain a concern overnight. We'll watch these storms as they develop across the region tonight as well. For now, we'll send you back to programming.
At Macy's, the fragrance does.
I think we will here in just a minute. So I want to give everybody first alert at what we're seeing right here. Here's our storms that earlier had some tornado warnings with them. We're not seeing any rotation along the Harrisburg area. We're watching that very, very closely. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning out for parts of Saline County, and we've got White County, which is just outside of our area, and Hamilton County. Now, the storm I wanted to warn you about is what I'm going to guess. Nope, it's not. We'll take that warning here in just a second. But this storm near Fairdealing is the one that I am keeping a very close eye on in western Kentucky. This has that classic look. Radar is indicating quarter-size hail moving into the Benton area right now, and so this is one of those supercells that is rotating in western Kentucky, and you can see that right there. There's that rotation right along that 45 corridor that goes between Benton and Mayfield. So if this continues to strengthen, we may get a tornado warning for parts of western Kentucky. So we're going to continue to watch this closely. Now let's see what the new severe, because I thought that storm was what the severe thunderstorm warning would be for. And nope, it is for our Reynolds County. And let's explain what's going on out here. We've got our squall line that is trying to develop. Cassie and I were just looking at a bunch of information in the atmosphere, looking at a lot of new model data. Is a significant squall line is going to develop from Farmington down towards West Plains and then race through the area. And so for you folks in southeast Missouri that have not seen much in the way of any damage or any wind, that will likely change as we look to be seeing the start of a significant squall line that could produce some wind damage from Cape Girardeau down through Dexter and down through the Poplar Bluff area. More severe thunderstorm warnings keep popping up. Okay, there's a severe thunderstorm warning I was telling you about with the possible tornado. They've tagged it with a possible tornado as well. New severe thunderstorm warning for extreme southeastern Hamilton County. Again, we've got our eyes on the radar. We may be... so stay with us. We'll keep you safe throughout the night.
Venus. Come to get started.
Know the signs of fentanyl overdose, and you can help save a life.
Alright, as you just saw, we have a whole new slew of severe thunderstorm warnings that have just been issued, so I want to break them down for you. We have took a good enough break. Let's see. My tablet will turn on now. And we just had a severe thunderstorm warning issued for western Kentucky here. So real quick, I would like to break everything down to you real quickly here. If I may. Usually. Yeah. Just bear with me just for a second here. Okay. Alright, so let's break these warnings down real quickly here. I'm gonna break them down one by one because we just had a ton of warnings come out. About 4 and 3 minutes. So, about 4 minutes, 3 warnings actually. Let's break these down real quickly. If we do get tornado warnings though, I'll probably go live on Instagram and cover them. So watch out for maybe an IG live in the future. You have tornado warnings that are starting to move out of the area, but let's go to we have severe thunderstorm warnings that are coming out of Illinois, moving into Indiana. We'll get to those, but first I want to go to the storms that are in Graves and Marshall counties that we were looking at that has a little bit of rotation with it. It is not strong rotation, but they did tag tornado possible. And so we're going to have to kind of watch this closely. I'll read you what it says, though. It says, severe thunderstorm warning for Marshall County in western Kentucky and the very, very northeastern corner of Graves County, Kentucky, until 9 o'clock. This was moving east at 35 miles per hour. If we can get this on Paducah, that'd be great. All right. So you can see kind of a little bit of an inflow notch right there. So a little inflow notch. Southwest of Benton. Check the velocity on here. We're not seeing very strong rotation, but there is just maybe a little bit of weak rotation near Harvey. All right. And again, that goes until 9 o'clock for Marshall County. It does include the Benton area, too. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning that I was just talking about. This is for a 1-inch hail and quarter-sized hail for the Harrisburg and El Dorado area. Again, the potential for quarter-sized hail is there. So I'm not seeing any rotation right now of that. Let's track this storm, actually, by the way. It's moving east at 50, so it's kind of a fast-moving storm. It should be in Indiana not too long from now. Probably about 45 minutes or an hour. So you can see Harrisburg, 834, Cottage Grove, 842. Ridgeway, 853, Old Shawneetown, 9 o'clock. Raleigh at 9:03 and Spring Grove at 9:37. By the way, we're getting a little bit of hail, a little bit of stronger hail west of Carmi. All right, let's go to this storm that is in Reynolds County. And I know you probably see tornado warnings, but those are basically on the fringe of our viewing area and are basically moving out. So these are moving out of our viewing area. And should be out of here in about 15 or 20 minutes. So that is why we have not really paid much attention to that. All right, now I want to talk about this bow echo that is in Reynolds County. And this also has the potential for 60-mile-per-hour winds, possibly getting up to 65. If we see any stronger burst or wind gust. And right now we don't see that. We also don't see any rotation, so that's good. But again, a severe thunderstorm warning for Reynolds and Iron County until 9 o'clock. And that is on the doorstep of Ellington right now. So again, we have a lot of warnings for Illinois. While we're at it, just take one last look at the storms in Indiana. You can see these, it's kind of a bow echo from Lawrenceville all the way to Princeton. Let's check the winds in here, see how strong the winds are. I mean, again, we're not seeing any rotation, but seeing very strong winds, possibly from Hazelton down to Fort Brant, 60 to 70 miles per hour. The northern line is not very strong, but the southern line, we're possibly seeing winds 60 to 70 miles per hour. And again, these severe thunderstorm warnings go until 9:15, and they do have the possibility for a tornado. But at this current time, I do not really see any rotation. So again, basically just all severe thunderstorm warnings right now. If we do have any tornado warnings, I will be going live on Instagram to give you the latest. But for right now, I'm probably going to sign off.